This tutorial is for 5th grade, Module 5, Lesson 4. In this lesson, we're going to find the dimensions of rectangular prisms and see how multiplication can help us determine the volume of those prisms. The directions say each rectangular prism is built from centimeter cubes. Record the dimensions and find the volume. The first thing I need to find is the length of the prism, and that's basically how many cubes go across the front. And you can see that there are 5 cubes on that very first layer, so that's the length. To find the width, I'm going to ask how far back does my prism go. So there's 2 layers that go to the back, so the width is 2. So my length is 5, my width is 2. For the height, that's basically asking how tall the shape is. So my height would also be 2 because there's 2 cubes that show the height. So that would be 2. To find the volume then, I need to figure out how many cubes there are in all. Well, if I have 5 on the front part of the base and 5 on the back part, the entire base would be 10, and then a second layer of 10 would give me 20 cubic centimeters in all. Another way to look at that is 5 times 2, the length times the width, would show me the number of cubes in the base, and multiply that times 2 because there's 2 layers. 5 times 2 is 10, times 2 is 20. So this multiplication problem would also show me the volume of this rectangular prism. Let's take a look at the next shape. This time I have 3 cubes that make up my length. I also have 2 cubes that make up the width, so it's the distance going back. And then my height is 4 cubes. There are 4 layers to this rectangular prism. So I have a length of 3, a width of 2, and a height of 4. We can use that multiplication problem. 3 times 2 would give me how many cubes in the base, and then times 4 layers will give me the total volume. 3 times 2 is 6. 6 times 4 is 24 cubic centimeters. And you can see that you have 6 cubes that make up the top layer. Another 6 would be 12. Another 6 would be 18. And that bottom layer is 6. That would give us 24 cubic centimeters in all. And we'll do the same thing on this last shape. Here I have a length of 4 centimeters, a width of 2, and a height of 4. So if I take 4 times 2, that would give me how many cubes make up the base, and then there are 4 layers. So 4 times 2 is 8. There are 8 cubes in the base, and then 4 layers of 8 for a total volume of 32 cubic centimeters. Be 8, 16, 24, 32. And in this section, we're going to use that multiplication problem to help us find the volume of these shapes because we can't see the cubes to count them. So if you remember, the first thing we looked at was the length. So I have a length of 4, and I have a width of 3. 4 times 3 would tell me the base, and then I have a height of 4. So I take that base times 4. 4 times 3 is 12. 12 times 4 is 48. So my volume is 48 cubic inches. And in my last problem, here I have a length of 3 and a width of 2. So 3 times 2 would give me the base. And then 6 is my height. So 3 times 2 is 6 times 6 layers would give me a volume of 36 cubic meters. So we can use that multiplication problem to find the volume of the shape, especially when we don't have cubes that we can count.